Welcome to the latest installment of the Indigo Lab. I am your boy Chef Radio. Here with me as always is our director extraordinaire, King Karan. And as always, we have Nikki Nugs on the soundtrack. This week, we're taking it down south. I love Cajun food, so we're doing crawfish cheesesteak. Some of my favorite elements. And we're doing a fusion, so you know how I get when it's time for a fusion. So, it's gonna take a few steps, but we're gonna love the results in the end. Let's get to it. All right, so first things first, we're gonna make our cheese sauce. That's gonna be the last thing that's going on there, but it's gonna be the first thing we make so we can get it all out of the way. Everything else is gonna be quick, gonna be done a lot quicker, so do the stuff that takes longer in the beginning. Do the hard shit first. Anyways, I got 2 tablespoons of our Cannabutter. Shout out Magic Butter Maker. Magical butter machine? I don't know. I'm the magical butter maker. But we're gonna make a roux, so we're gonna let that melt down. I have 2 tablespoons of flour here. We're gonna mix it in. Like I said, we're gonna make a roux. Not like we're making a gumbo roux, we're making a bechamel roux. So, bechamel, I'm coming with the fancy words. Let that get all mixed up. Yeah, I definitely like the results of the magical butter machine butter versus just my homemade. It just makes it a lot easier. Yeah, definitely gets the Indigo Lab thumbs up. All right, so now that butter is melted down, we're gonna get that flour in there and incorporate it. You wanna make sure you get all that flour hydrated. You just wanna stir it for maybe a minute, just to cook some of that flour. It's not super green. So you're gonna wanna gradually add in that milk. Definitely gonna turn down our heat. Because you can see how fast it can turn. But you're gonna gradually add in that milk so that you have a nice smooth cheese sauce. So just how you saw that first time when it all tightened up, now that I've turned down the heat, it'll take a little bit longer to get back to that state, but it'll be cooked all the way through. You don't want it to seize up like that so fast. That means there's not enough liquid in there, and that's how you burn it up. That's how you can burn your roux. Or you can just burn your sauce and you end up with a brown sauce, not a white one. See, it's starting to thicken up. As it heats up, it's gonna thicken up. Usually when it heats up, we're supposed to thin down. See those bubbles starting to form, that's when you know it's getting time to add another splash of milk. And depending on the sauce consistency you like, you could stop there. I'm probably gonna stop there. So once it comes up to heat, I'm gonna turn it off because I don't want it to overcook. Adding 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. And it's gonna take a little bit for that cream cheese to melt, so you can just kind of let them hang out in there for a minute. You can organize your space. Hey. So, our cream cheese is melted down, or almost melted down. A couple more minutes. Just gonna keep stirring it, making sure our sauce doesn't burn to the bottom of our pan. Smoothing everything out, smoothing all those lumps out. And once that cream cheese is melted down, I'm gonna turn the heat off again. Just cause, like I said, you don't want your sauce to burn. You don't want the cheese to burn at the bottom. Kind of just want that sauce to come up to heat just enough so that it'll melt the cheese down. After that, I'm gonna start to add in 2 cups sharp cheddar cheese. Gradually add that in. See, our mixture is hot enough to melt that cheese down with no heat. That's perfect. Add the rest of our cheese here. Almost. Almost. Minus a few little jibber jabbers. We got a nice, beautiful infused cheese sauce. We're just gonna add some salt and some pepper to the mix. And there we have it. We have our infused cheese sauce that is gonna go on the top of our crawfish cheesesteaks. This is just the first step. Let's get to the next ones. All right, so the next step is our sauteed veggies. Obviously, Philly cheesesteak, you need peppers, you need onions. I like a little bit of mushrooms in mine, so we're gonna saute some of those in there as well. I'm gonna use a little beer. We're not gonna show the label, but we're using a little beer in there just to add a little pizzazz to the mix. And yeah, so I put a couple tablespoons of oil, a couple tablespoons of butter here in this pan. We're just getting that melted down, and we're gonna add all our veggies to the mix. We're gonna use the same deglazing process that we always use when we're using an alcohol, whether we're using white wine or whatever. I got like a small onion, 1 small red pepper, 1 small green pepper. Ooh. Sheesh! Ooh, Young Thug say, sheesh! Sheesh! Skeet! So when you're cooking down mushrooms, they push out all their water at first. You gotta just wait for them to cook out all the moisture that's inside of them, and then they'll start to help you deglaze the pan. That's when we'll add our beer in there. We're just gonna wait for a couple minutes to let some of this water come out of these veggies first. Ooh. All right, so after about 10 minutes, this is what we're left with. Our veggies are starting to caramelize a little bit. Once they start to stick to the pan, I'm gonna add that beer to the mix and give them a stir. Karan said it smells like a Bronco game in here. So I have to agree. This is definitely the smell when you go to whatever the stadium is called now. It smells like onions, peppers, and beer. Right. So you can see all that beer cooked out very quick. So this is what we're left with. Like I said, some nice caramelized veggies. We're gonna set these to the side, and then we're gonna get to the last two steps of our crawfish cheesesteak. Obviously, the next step to the cheesesteak is the steak, duh. So, got our cast iron skillet rocking hot. Cast iron skillet, I said cast iron skillet. What the fuck? And let that get nice and brown. Chop him up. Chop him up here in a minute. Not yet. Hey, hey. What are we gonna name this? I don't even know. Yep. It sure is. My man seen a car and he lost his mind. Not in a good way either. Oh, damn. So, we're gonna add a little, are we rolling? Yeah. Oh man, my bad. We're gonna add some salt and pepper to the mix. I don't want to move it just yet. I'm waiting for it to get a little bit more brown on the bottom. All right, so I'm start to move that around a little bit. As you can see, we got some nice browning on the bottom of there. Add a little bit more oil so we can fry them up. Get a little bit more brown bits on there. All right. And there's our beef. We're gonna set this to the side. Actually, no, hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Psych, we gotta add our veggies back in there. Duh. Get all that good juice in there. Yeah. I don't know why I'm holding. All right, now we can set it to the side. And we'll get our crawfish together and then start to assemble this baby. Last step. All right, last step is our crawfish. I got some butter here that I'm melting. I'm gonna make like a compound butter that I'm gonna warm up the crawfish tails in. We're gonna add a couple cloves of garlic. If I can get it going, there it is. Add a couple cloves of garlic to the mix. And then a little Cajun spice. Oh. Ah, gotta love it. Anyways, that was fun. We got about 1.5 cloves. I was shooting for 2, but whatever. Get that mixed in. Make sure our heat on our burner isn't too hot. Maybe even turn it off. I just don't want that garlic to clump up in there. Cajun spice. Yeah. You know how we do. Beautiful crawfish meat. I'm gonna turn our heat back on now. Cause that crawfish was cold. Woo! It smells so good. Just let that go for a minute. Let those tails warm up and get acclimated in that nice garlic Cajun butter. Man,
That smells great.
I love it. I love crawfish.
It's so good.
Like, it's a lot of work with little reward. Come on, come on. Dealing with crawfish whole, but when you can buy tails like this, it's like, come on, man. Why not? I love it. So if you got a crawfish plug out there, please reach out to us. We will use your products here on the Indigo Lab. Shit. Send me some crawfish. Infused crawfish boil. Woo! Woo! All right, so this is ready. I'm gonna let this sit to the side. I'm gonna get all the rest of the ingredients together and we're gonna build our sandwich. So the last step is to assemble this thing. We got our beef here, with our veggies. Just gonna tuck them in real nice. Yeah, oops, I'm dropping shit. Do the same thing over there. Hey, hey. Cool. Add the cheese sauce first. Then we'll put the crawfish on top. For the look. For the look. Oops. There it is. Yes, sir. One more spoon. Oh man. It don't even look like a cheesesteak no more. It just looks like heaven on a bun. And there you have it. Crawfish cheesesteak. Calling this the young Dolph. I don't know why, but I just feel like Dolph will fuck with this. We appreciate you stopping through here to the Indigo Lab each and every week. We got new cannabis cuisine innovations coming at you every time you come through. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please check us out next week. We love you.